Alrighty, everybody, we are heading into Infernal Shrines, and we have got, on the left-hand side, let me get this, Nameless Kings, alright. Alright, Twitch prediction go. We ran the ads, that's all good. Awesome, sauceum. So, welcome back, everybody, into what 40k book am I reading? I will tell you after this game. So right now we're getting back into this is our second 3-map series of the day. So there's guaranteed 3 maps. Now, a little bit of housekeeping, just because these VODs will go up on YouTube and they'll be separated, so just so people know. This is the Meta Madness style of draft, so heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps of the series. There are currently, for group stage day number 1 and 2, so that was yesterday and today, there are 11 heroes banned away. There will be 20, I believe when we get into the playoffs, it'll be at 25, which is the cap. But currently, Anduin, Blaze, Dehaka, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Johanna, Junkrat, Medivh, Sergeant Hammer, and Valla will all be banned away. I'll do my best to put this in the YouTube little notes section so you guys know as well. If I forget, someone leave a comment on the YouTube video, and that way I can pop in and fix that really quickly, but I'll do my best to add these in, so that way people can see it at the bottom. Now, with those 11 heroes banned away, bans at the top of the screen do not carry over into future maps. It only pertains to current maps. So Lucio could be played on map number 2 if he's not banned away. The 10 heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for the future maps in this 3-map series. So when we get into map number 3, which is a guarantee, there will be 31 heroes unavailable at the start of draft. After we get through the ban phase, 35 of the 90 heroes in Heroes of Storm will be unavailable. That is basically the style of this tournament. That is the draft shenanigans or limitations or restrictions, however you want to phrase it. But we do have a Medivh Zeratul banned away by Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Nameless Kings will get rid of a Lucio and Tyrael. We've got a Chromie first pick, which is looking very reminiscent from our first 3-map series of the day of Ross Pyradel versus Team Cat Red. Honestly, both of these drafts are looking so similar. We did have a Falstead Brightwing for the right side. Now, the first map in the other series was Dragonshire, so there's just a little difference on that one. But either way, will they go into Malfurion Variant here? Will they actually consider Malfurion Variant? It would be comical because it'd be almost identical drafts from the first best of 3 or 3-map series. Gotta figure out that phrasing. All right, we're gonna get a little bit of difference here. We got an ETC and a Rhaegar. So still though, I really like Power Slide into Chromie CC potential. Rhaegar will have Earth Grasp Totem at level 16, or it's assumed. We rarely get anything else besides Earth Grasp Totem at 16, just because of how strong it can be. We get into the mid-ban phase. Still need a solo laner on the left-hand side, so maybe we see a solo lane target ban, or this will be a target, maybe a Hanzo ban, actually. Or wait, is he banned away already? He is banned away already, never mind. Never mind, because I saw Gaflo, and I was like, Gaflo does have a really good Hanzo in his repertoire. But yeah, Hanzo, the Shimada Bros are out of here. Leoric will be banned away, so it is a solo ban. Gonna get rid of the Gul'dan. Alright. Sorry, my brain was in Battlefield of Eternal. I was like, Gul'dan's not that great for Battlefield. No, he's great for Infernal Shrine, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense, actually, for that ban. We will see a Malthael for the solo. I really like Malthael for objective phase. You have really good wave clear, and they're going to flex this last pick. They've already got their healer, they've got their sustained damage dealer, or potential mage with Falstead. Depends on what you go into. So we honestly, I'd actually like to see auto attack build Falstead and then go into some sort of mage down over here that has really good shrine clear. Kael'thas has good control. Jane is not bad. Mephisto's great. Gul'dan is already banned away. I don't think it will be a Li Ming game. But I do think with like a Q build, or at least even if it's auto attack Falstead, you can go into Q at level 7 for the burst ability. That's the last pick Samuro that I don't want to deal with, and I'm glad I don't have to, because it's the members of Nameless Kings who have to go up against the Samuro. How do they want to deal with the Samuro? How do you kill the real Samuro? Do you pick up Lunara and get a Sentinel Wisp? That seems dumb. You can't Hanzo. You don't need to reveal, but it's still one of those things. Unbridled energy. I like the Kerrigan last pick. I think this is good aggression. You get some CC potential with the Impale. You got Primal Grasp, Impale. You got the Primal Grasp to pull people in as well. I think these are really competitive drafts. I don't know who I give the edge to. Let's go ahead and get into map number 1 and see what ends up happening between these two teams. 10K on the Girthy Gremlins. All right, now that we're loading in, I can tell you. The 40K book I'm reading is the Eisenhorn Omnibus, which I believe is... The Eisenhorn series is like 3 books, and I believe this Omnibus is all 3 of them. And it's by Dan Abnett, which I love. I've read a few different 40K writers with the Horus Heresy series, but Dan Abnett, everything he writes, I like his writing style a lot. He doesn't get super into the details. He gives you just enough, lets you create your own world in your head. Right side of the map will be Nameless Kings. We'll have Ultralisk Kerrigan, Hopaka Muradin. Looking at your tank, which I believe is the Russian translation of Falstad's name. Ubi on the Malthael and Scorch playing Brightwing. Left side of the map, Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, a Banana, Rhaegar, Serdath, will be your Samuro, Mop, COETC, Nanochromy, and Gaflo Tracer. Top Gunner, I really agree. Also, the Eisenhorn book, I'm like 50-ish pages in. It's very, very good. I definitely get why my buddy was like, dude, this is my favorite book. So he lent it to me, so. Anyways, Deep Breathing level 1. ETC with his block party, Samuro with his Way of Illusion level 1. You've got your Colossal Totem and Tracer with Parting Gift. Muradin third win for more sustainability. You've got your Fury of the Swarm on Ultralisk as the Primal Grasp Impale was attempted. Tracer blinks to the side. Hypershift Brightwing. Q build Falstads. We do have a Mage Stad currently. And if he's up against the Samuro, I mean, there's a high probability to stack off of those multiple mirror images. And Malthael Spear the Reaper. It is a 30-second cooldown, 25-second cooldown. And when you activate it, you can pass through enemies, but you get a 25% movement speed buff. So you're 5% under mount speed for 4 seconds, which in case you need to back away, or maybe ETC is body blocking you, or some combination of that. It's a nice little activation for Malthael. No On a Pale Horse, no Death's Reach. Ever since Malthael did have his Wraith Strike range increased from 7 to 8. We did see a bit more Death's Reach with Massacre and stuff like that as well further on at 7 and 13. We'll see what the Malthael goes into for this game. But in the top lane right now, Falstad is just going to try and stay away from the Samuro, not trying to give any of those mirror image stacks. I've never heard of that, Top Gunner. I'll have to add it to my list. Always looking for more books. Always looking for more. Dwarf Toss in, Kerrigan Ravage is in, Time Stop onto Hopaka. It is at Horror Anomaly level 4 for the Chromie, so she's got more time traps. Oftentimes with that Horror Anomaly level 1, or level 2, you often see Time Walk's Pursuit level 1 for a good combination between the two. But it looks like Chromie wants to go into the Deep Breathing, which is going to be increasing the damage up by 20%. And after you hit the 20 here, is reduce the cooldown Dragon Breath by 4 seconds and reduce the mana cost from 65 to 40. Typically with the level 1 that we're seeing, at level 5 we'll see the Mobius Loop, or Morbius Loop as we like to call it. Mortar Punisher will be our first one for the bottom lane. And Bandit's such a good boy.
Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
Chromie versus 3 melee seems scary for the Chromie. Yeah, the nice thing for Chromie, though, is she does have some decent control with that ETC. And with the enemy team trying to dive in, they do clump up a bit, so maybe that's where Chromie will find value. She might actually go Slowing Sands this game. I actually really, yeah, Slowing Sands this game would be really good control. Mortar Punisher is up and available, ready for contest. Rhaegar with a Lightning Shield applied, and is already working through this with the help of Chromie. 22 on your Sharpened Blades for the Kerrigan. Oftentimes the Kerrigan compositions, you see them forego the first objective so that they can finish out the Kerrigan stacks, but the positioning is not leading me. No, they are. Okay. I saw Nameless Kings kind of floating around over here. I thought they were going to try and engage, but no, it's just so cool. Mortar Punisher to the side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Punisher slams into the fort gate wall. Nano being pinged by, I believe, Hopaka. There's going to be Ultralisk looking for a combo, but Chromie uses a time trap on herself. ETC power sliding in. No face melt. Pulse Bomb goes onto Malthael. Time trap again, set up by Nano, who's on the retreat. Another time trap immediately placed and then catches the Kerrigan. The Punisher's still doing Punisher things as Banana gets peeled apart by the Nameless King's Kerrigan. The melees are only scary to the Chromie if they can reach her. That's a very good point, Crimson, because literally they could not get to her there. The time trap harassment was just so much. Magic Spit with your... Oh, Soothing Mist level 7, or the Critical Mist, sorry, level 7. 42 stacks for the Falstead at 4 minute 45. Not too bad. Really getting some good stackage off of the Smurl Mirror images. 45 for the Kerrigan as Tracer goes down. Temporal Loop will be the activation for Chromie. No slowing sands from her, but Rhaegar gets the kill into Kerrigan. It's 2 to 2 in kills, as this has been such a bloody brawl. So yeah, it is Temporal Loop for the Chromie. No slowing sands. I was thinking the slowing sands for zoning and control, but decent value right there. Next Punisher, Arcane in the mid lane. Should be around 7 minutes in game time. We didn't really take stock of it, but this is how much value the Punisher got. A little bit of damage onto the 2 towers, took down the gate, sidewall, and a few autos, or maybe some of those mortar missiles that did hit the fort here in bottom lane. But Rhaegar gets a channel on the left-hand side, or camp on the left-hand side. Uh-oh. Muradin discovered. That's a lot of damage on the Tracer. She gets the recall before Kerrigan CC impacts. Temporal Loop on the whole pocket. Rhaegar lunges in. Falstead for a flank. They take down the ETC tank for tank in the bottom lane scuffle. And Ultralisk continues to work on that level 4. 55 of, I believe, 75 stacks for Sharp Blades. And 10 talents here on the left-hand side. It is going to be your Illusion Master Stage Dive Temporal Loop we already saw. I believe that is Sticky Bomb, and you've also got your Ancestor Healing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Sticky Bomb. Yep. The coloring between Sticky Bomb and Quantum Spike is very close. It's like 2 different shades of blue, effectively. One being lighter than the other. Kerrigan looking for an impale. Hopaka dwarf tossing to the side. A hammering from Falstead does go out. And our second Punisher. Look at that. Look at that timing. It's about 7 minutes in game time. Or a loop applied to the Muradin. He does go for Avatar. Stage dive in from ETC. The Gus from Falstead pushing a couple enemies back. Hopaka tries to dwarf toss away, but the ETC power slide interrupts. Kerrigan gets deleted. As it is a Last Rites Malthael, Ultralisk for Kerrigan, Blink Heal, Avatar, and Gust. Hammering, poke from Falstead. 76 stacks already for tank. Really well done from them. He might step out into the wave just to push things up onto Fort Gate. Might get some soft siege. Muradin heading into bottom lane. I think ETC is going to match that. Muradin, I think, showed for a second. It's assumed he's in the bush. Mopsio steps in with a face melt. Stormbolt misses. But this is definitely objective phase number 2. Over to the left-hand side of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. And this Arcane Punisher pushes in through mid lane fort.
Summon an Arcane Punisher.
No assistance on the siege, it looks like. No, Gaflo's here, okay. Chromie, Rhaegar, Falstead barrel rolls up. Fort Gate is being bodied currently. A little hammering poke out from Falstead. DC looking for an angle for a power slide. Kerrigan ravaging in. Stormbolt lands. Prime. That was a really good cleanse from Banana. Did go Purification at level 7 for the extra values, but also the biggest factor is that 15 seconds off the 60-second cooldown. So 45 seconds just being the current value. 13 talents here will be picked up on the left-hand side. Almost a level lead has formed. And we're going to be looking at 11.5 minutes in game time about for the next objective. Inspired Minion Wave works on bottom lane Fort Gate. That is going to be Samuro taking down Falstead in the top lane. And Samuro's able to back away level. Did I see the Sakuchi on the minimap? I did see that little teleport. Kerrigan is done with their level 4 stacks. We have the bottom lane fort being absolutely eviscerated. And this is where the next objective is going to be. Pulse Bomb onto Hopaka. Sticky Bomb, Power Slide, Soothing Mist from Brightwing, Face Melt with a little Encore 13. 4% from Stage Dive cooldown. Whatever 4% of 75 seconds is. I know someone in chat has the math immediately, because chat is never wrong. Until they are. Some more camps to be grabbed. Left is available with the Fallen Shaman if they want to pivot up for that one, or potentially invade the enemy side. Fight maybe breaks out in the mid lane objective area. Samuro mirror images being microed. Serdath is going to be able to swap to a real one in mid lane and back away safely. Face melt from ETC. That little speaker behind. 4% of 75 is 6. Okie dokie. Stage dive. Go the gust. What? Stage dive into bottom lane. Ultralisk has a combo. Misses the Ultralisk. And ETC makes it out with his hide intact. Let's not forget what. By the way, I didn't mention it, but we watched Down Periscope on Friday. I was beyond surprised how much I liked that movie. I thought I would get some good laughs and be like, that was fun. I really liked that movie. Kerrigan ravages in ETC, trying to back away the last rites does on Mopsy, and so does the Ancestor healing. Ultralisk almost chunked by Mopsio. Sorry, by Nano. Mopsio was stepped up a little bit, but this is going to be your Frozen Punisher for the bottom lane coming up next. I was really surprised how much that movie made me laugh. I had a really good time with it. Thanks for the recommendation, bud. I don't think I ever saw it, to be honest, but either way. Back in the game, Kerrigan looks for a Primal Grasp Impale onto Tracer. She recalls. Pulse Bomb goes out. Chrysalis is the answer. ETC stage dives in. Face Melt for that cooldown onto his Heroic. I don't think Top Gun's a Navy movie, though. Well, that Frozen Punisher, it is ready to rock and roll through bottom lane. ETC, I thought they were going to step up into full step, but no. Alright, so Punisher jumps on the gate for bottom lane. Mid fort goes down to Chromie and friends as they rotate into bottom lane, but there's going to be a dive onto Chromie. Does she have a timeout to... Oh, the timeout mitigates the Ultralisk connection. They're trying to clear out the Space Cow as Falstead flies in, gusts a few enemies away. Stage dive from ETC is going to be connecting onto Falstead to get the kill. Rhaegar using his lunge to... Rhaegar using his bite to lunge into a minion to further get away. A cleanse on a Mopsio. The Punisher in the Impaler camp is pushing bottom. Oh, the fight did not go the way of Nameless Kings as Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins sieging through mid. Oh, it's Naval Aviation. Okay. I just, you know, Top Gun is jets, and I just assume Air Force. I know there's you know, they work together in aspects and stuff, but just that's where my brain was. Alright, well, bottom keep did go down, and mid took a little bit of soft siege. I didn't look at when the Punisher went down, but we're probably like 15, maybe 16 minutes in. Probably closer to 16. Yeah, Top Gun's about volleyball, actually. If you're watching Top Gun for anything but the volleyball plot, you're watching it wrong. Temporal Loop. Totem. I believe I saw an entire... Full set flies in and Chromie has the snipe. That's not GG, is it? No. Okay. I was like, ETC is ETC's in bottom lane. They could maybe step up into core. Muradin, Kerrigan, and Malfield's defense, but they're going to siege into mid lane keep. That's where the next objective is going to be. Probably back off and wait for that. Stage dive in from ETC once again. Chromie did go stuck in the loop level 20. Malfield getting a little bit low. As ETC gets a few seconds off his heroic cooldown with that level 13. Mid lane. Oh, that's a totem down once again. They're going to ravage, lunge, try and take down Muradin. Mid keep has fallen. Temporal loop onto Hopaka. Stuck in the loop level 20. Muradin goes down. Now Brightwing Falstad are just now respawning. Core shielding is dropping. The core is rapidly being taken down, but the Falstad's here. Gaflo needs to back away, gets a regen globe from this ETC. Gust from Falstad to push the enemies back, but ETC continues to push in through this mid lane wave. With the Impaler camp, 25% remains on the core, and I think Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins will just commit for this map number 1. GG, well played. Oh, Nano Chromie is terrifying. Welcome back, everyone, and Bandit in particular, as we are going to get into map number 2 in our 3-map series. Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins on the left-hand side, and Nameless Kings on the right. So, the 10 heroes we saw in the previous map, they're unavailable, plus the 11 that we talked about earlier. If you want to know what those are, exclamation MM. But, let's go ahead and boop the Twitch prediction for all of you, as we go ahead and see what our bans and such will be. Bans do not carry over, so the white main that's been constantly banned is available if it's not. We do have first pick going over to the side of Nameless Kings is the losing side. This is a map choice coming out from Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Yeah, I'm Top Gunner. I'm super tempted to try and borrow someone's Kindle and do it that way just because it's so much cheaper. There's 64 books in the Horus Heresy. I like it a lot. It's just 64 times 10 or more dollars. I don't know if I like it that. I don't know if I like it $700 worth. Probably more, because as I said, like Legion, which is like the 7th book, which a lot of people talk about. It's another Dan Abnett book. I think that one's a collector item, because I think everywhere I look is like $50 for that book or something. So I'm an old man. I don't like reading on a Kindle. I like physically holding a book. Old like this, but Zeratul, Lucio, Whitemane. The Lost Vikings will be removed. I believe that's a target ban onto Serdath. I hate reading on my cell phone. I absolutely despise the cell phone's worse than a Kindle, I think. Trying less screen time. I've tried forget what through the local library, and they only have some of the Horus Heresy books. They do have the California Link Plus, which is all the libraries, which Kyle told us about that, and that's where I was looking. But they don't have. Yeah, they only have some. So I was like, oh, I'll just buy the ones that I'm missing, and then the ones that the libraries don't have are the expensive ones, of course. Anyways, let's not have our book club right now. We can have the book club between games. Medivh will be banned with the Zeratul Vikings, Lucio. Tyrael first picked on the right-hand side by the crew of Nameless Kings. And the Whitemane's available if someone wants to go Whitemane. We've seen so much target ban onto Whitemane today, and this is where
the wait is over. There is all
Cassia Ariel. Now, I'm not saying it's a Cho'Gall comp, but they could Cho'Gall this. With the Tyrael, though, what do they want to lean into? What do they want to lean into here? I really like Tychus for Towers of Doom. I think he's got a lot of really good poke potential with the grenade and stuff like that. It is going to be Sylvanas and Yrel, so they're just going to lock in a solid sustained damage dealer. Good for good solo laner as well. Dehaka is banned in the tournament. He's one of the voted heroes. Blaze, I believe, is banned as well. So we won't be seeing them. Curious if there's any sort of Chen priority. Nah, Chen into Yrel is not a good time for Chen because he constantly just gets bopped anytime he tries to drink. Leoric, if I'm not mistaken, is available. Leoric is great in the double soak on this map. He does fine against Urel. I think he can actually put some pressure onto her pretty well. Rexar Misha is available. I don't hate them for this map. Flare can be a really good vision tool in the rotation as well. We don't see it very often, but... I don't know what they want to ban here, realistically. It's Cassia Ariel is so many different directions. Gonna get rid of the Zarya, so they're afraid of like a hyper carry Cassia game. Where's Crushinator to flame the Cassia? Where's Crush to flame this Cassia first pick? Also, for those that heard about it but didn't see it, this is the Corsair special t-shirt they gave us for going out to the event. So go like and retweet and reply to the tweet that I posted yesterday, or on Blue Sky, whatever's your jam, or Instagram. So that way the sponsor is happy.
Tremble before me.
Leor Diablo with the Ariel Cassia. Bro, are they literally building a Diablo comp? Are they intentionally doing this? There's Crush. Got him. Are they intentionally building an all Diablo comp? They could go honestly, they could go Mephisto and it would actually be I would really like it. It could be a hyper carry Cassia. I would love Mephisto in the last spot for Nano. Someone go wake up Kaimo Tripson. There's a Tyrande with a Thrall in the last pick. Okay, Thrall likes to brawl. I really do think Mephisto would be great for poke, sustain damage, gives you some extra wave clear. The wave clear isn't awful, but it's a little lacking. What's up, Divine? How you doing today, bud? Valla's tournament banned, unfortunately. She's part of the 11 heroes in the base ban thingy. Probius when? They ruin it with a Kael'thas. Alright. Not crazy about... I prefer the Mephisto, but that's not even just being like, yeah, weird rules, yeah, unfortunately, yeah. I made a command for it, though, so that way if people do want to check, they can. Exclamation MM. Twitch Gamble is going. Get your gambles in. Oh, I think I hit 2 buttons at once. I don't know what's going to happen. I think everything worked perfectly fine. Janny's already calling a 2-0 in this game. Well, put your channel points where your beliefs are.
Prepare yourself for battle.
Left-hand side of the map is going to be Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. You've got your Nano Kael'thas, a Mopsio Diablo, Banana Ariel, Sirdath playing Leoric, and Gaflo Cassia. Right side of the map is going to be Nameless Kings. You've got Tank on Sylvanas. Ultralisk is going to be playing your Thrall, Hopaka, Tyrael, Scorch, Tyrande, and Ubi on the Urel. But the most important thing we have to figure out here is, does the first Sentinel hit an enemy hero? Scorch does have a really good Tyrande, if memory serves correct. Throw. Oh, first Sentinel hits Cassia. GG's. Charge strikes. Kael'thas misclicks with a Mana Addict level 1. Devil's Due, Diablo, Osin's Renewal, and Righteous Assault. As Nano lands a Gravity Lapse, looks to back away. Diablo comes with a Shadow Charge onto Ubi, and Urel will be taken down. First Blood picked up by Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. You're also going to be seeing your Tyrael with Ardent Defender. It is going to be Might of the Banshee Queen. No, Overwhelming Affliction. God, I always flip those two. Sorry. Overwhelming Affliction for the Sylvanas. You've got your Tyrande picking up her Lunar Blaze. Rolling Thunder Thrall and Dauntless Urel as Mopsio gets rooted and booted. Kill coming out from both sides early on here. Nano leaves the camp, leashes it. As Banana tries to back away. Flame Strike's going out. It's not going to be enough. That's going to be a Tyrande Sentinel. Doesn't get the kill, but you know what? We can lie and say it did. 3 kills early on for Nameless Kings, as we've got some pretty decent odds. What's up, Cats in a Bag? Is Hot's back? It never left. Servers never went down. It's always been here. Shadow charge in. A little bit of pressure. Onto Mopsy. Actually, onto Ultralist. Sorry, Mopsy with the overpower. Fed from Cassia will not be enough. The invade into the camp does yield. Sappers over the side of Nameless King as the skeletal swing lands onto a few enemies. Big shadow charge from Diablo. Cassia blind, living bomb. Thrall does go down. We'll be looking to wiggle their way out. Avenging Wrath over the wall. Tyrande with little to no mana. And this bottom lane wave crashes onto Fort Gate for a small amount of siege. Level 4 is slightly faster on the left-hand side, and that's probably from minion experience. Yeah, look at that deficit on minion experience. Holy Jesus. Yeah, you got a bunch of early game kills, but you are down by 3k on minion experience.
Be ready.
That actually might be critical for later in the game. Wow. And that just shows that how important minion experience can be, especially with the change a little bit ago about the reduced globes or reduced experience globes in lane. You only have globes or experience globes for 6 seconds now. There's no extra duration or anything like that with reduced experience values. And our triple altar phase is coming up. It is going to be top left and right. The RNG location will be at the bottom. Ultralist going for channel. Chain Lightning activated. He did go into Frostwolf pack level 4. Landing those 6 Feral Spirits. Lands another one. Banana cancels the channel. Throws in a heal. Tyrael is the one to go down. Leoric will be traded. Tyrael gets, I think, 2 seconds off his death timer right there from his trait. Diablo Fire Stomp into Shadow Charge. Overpower onto this Tyrande, who gets hit with a Gravity Lapse. Living Bomb will it be enough? No! 94 HP remains. As Cassia fends in, the Flame Strike will not find purchase of a kill. And it is 36-32. Ultralist not going to spread the Living Bomb over to Sylvanas as you saw tank resetting or cancel Hearth. And we'll cancel it again. Another Sentinel going out onto Gaflo, as it does seem like Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins are going to be trying to grab another camp here. I'm going to consistently look at the experience to see how it's being closed. So a bit more minion experience did come through. The heroic kills are kind of matching up a little bit as well. This is going to be an interesting map number 2. This is going to be a fun one. Tainment Strike or Righteous Hammer onto Kael'thas here. That was a Righteous Hammer, sorry. And Sappers in bottom, I don't think they're going to get charge value. I think both of them will be cleared out in lane unless, wait a minute, there's a Tainment Strike onto the Thrall. He looks to step up further. Frostwolf was reset as he missed one of the stacks, or one of the hits. Chain Lightning to poke the enemies. Sylvanas using Possession. Drune's Might in from Tyrael. That laugh right there means we're 5 minutes in. The boss has spawned. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. There's 10 talent tiers coming up soon. At the top of your screen, we can see those changes as we do have a Shadow Charge, Fire Stomp, Overpower, a lot of damage onto Sylvanas, but she gets the Loon's Chosen Mark. Haunting Wave back. Cassia fends in. Living Bomb applied to Tyrael. He wiggles back for a moment to try not spread it. A second Living Bomb was applied to Scorch from Kael'thas. Another possession. We're all looking for the flank. No sundering or anything. Rel coming through as well. Avenging Wrath is being charged up. Is there a Righteous Hammer? Diablo Shadow Charge onto Rel, but she has a Righteous Hammer into a few of the enemies. Overpower onto the Tyrael will be connecting. Living Bomb applied. Tyrael just trying not to spread that Living Bomb. A few a few heals coming out from Tyrande. As Surdeath goes for channel, Ubi probably has a delay. There's a Sentinel for 1. South side, no one getting that. That's a Gravity Lapse landing into Tyrael. Righteous Hammer bonks that Leoric. And Kael'thas is the one to fall first. Bit more sustained. Tyrael, Aldruin's Might thrown in, looking for the activation. Does go for it. Avenging Wrath in from the Urel. The Righteous Hammer pushes Banana out of the Lunar Flare, but it doesn't matter. Urella's the rundown. Adds a Judgment onto Leoric. He still gets the kill onto Sylvanas. Starfall from Tyrande was activated. Surdeath taken down by the Nexus forces. As it is going to be a Sundering, Starfall, Wailing Arrow, Judgment, Ardent Defender. On the opposing side, we do have an Entomb, Crystalagus. And is that 8 shots into the left? It is indeed. A 4-point lead to the right. Phoenix to Kael'thas, Ball Lightning, Cassia, Diablo. Are we Apocalypse or Lightning Breath? What is the Mopsio flavor? I think Mopsio typically likes to play Lightning Breath, if memory serves correct, and indeed it is. Thrall finishes out his Frostwolf pack. Camp is invaded. Sylvanas using Haunting Wave to jump away. Tyrael jumps in with the Burning Halo level 7. Lightning Breath from Mopsio in the face of Thrall. Scorch is getting scorched. Phoenix from Kael'thas activated in all of this as well. There's going to be a Fire Stomp activation from Diablo. Kael'thas goes down. Shadow Charge to play off the Detainment Strike of Ariel. Judgment from Tyrael met with a Crystal Aegis. That's a good point start. And Tank taken down by Cassia. Lightning Fury. Gaflo a little bit low. Stunned by the Tyrande Lunar Flare. Taken down by Yrel. I have seen some Diablos go Apocalypse, but yeah, no. I think the Apocalypse is more of like an answer to other things. The one game I'm thinking of, I think there was a Mosh Pit ETC, I think was the reason. Wanted to have like another tool for Mosh Pit Interrupt. I think that was one of their few tools, if memory serves correct, in that game.
The altars have risen. Activate them.
Top left and right. Tyrande's getting the right side. Banana may be interrupted by Haunting Wave or a Chain Lightning. Nope. Okay. Traded blows. 4 for 4. Still a 4-point game. 24-28 as the Phoenix from Kael'thas coming out. Flame Strikes landing. There's a Judgment from Tyrael into Cassia. Gaflo gets a heal. Sylvanas is so very low, and in 2 from Leoric catches Ubi. Gravity Lapse in a whole pocket. Shadow Charge goes in. Overpower's gonna be there as well. Lightning Breath. Ball Lightning. Tyrael. Oh, dude, I thought Tyrael with the level 13 Sword of Justice had the dip, dive, and dodge. But unfortunately, Cassia has the snipe and takes him down. I'm not sure if I saw any death timer reduction there, but either way, let's see what ends up happening up next. As it's still a 4-point game, as I was mentioning. Next objective, singular objective at the bottom of the map. I mean, I swear, Ninja, that there are some Leoric players that don't take Ominous Wraith Royal Focus 13-16, and they still do the Wraith Walk through enemy heroes. It doesn't do anything without the Ominous Wraith. But I do see Leoric players, and I think it's just one of those things that is so practiced that they'll Wraith Walk through enemies. Alright, left side camp is grabbed. Mopsio goes with the Shadow Charge onto Sylvanas. The Overpower is going to be there. Another Fire Stomp. Gravity Lapse, Flame Strike. The Phoenix from Kael'thas does come through. The Living Bomb applied to the Thrall. He's going to try and brawl into the enemies with the Illusions Chosen applied to them. There's going to be an Entomb onto Yrel, caught between the wall and the Entomb, but there's the Art Defender coming through. The Ball Lightning from Cassia. Crystal Aegis on Diablo is not enough. He has souls to buy back in, but unfortunately his allies are getting really low. That is going to be Kael'thas going down. Cassia fends in, trades into Sylvanas. This is going to be the Yrel Righteous Hammer into Ariel. She does fall. Scorch getting so low. Leoric wants to get the drain, but he's not. He does get the Mithril Mace, or sorry, the Mace attack, Skeletal Swing attack, just as he goes down. Trades into the Tyrande. What a bloodbath. 3 for 2 in favor of Nameless Kings. We're all going for the channel, interrupted by Cassia, though. Shadow Charge bonking into the wall. Flame Fire Stomp's coming out as well. There's going to be an Apocalypse onto Ultralisk, who's got inside the Entomb. Leoric Wraith walks further forward for the body block and the Skeletal Swing. Activation. Ball Lightning immediately broken by the Avenging Wrath of Yrel. Tyrael used the Eldruin's Might to back away on the left-hand side. Hobaka tried to back away, but the Living Bomb is not going to be enough. Tyrande comes through with a heal. Sentinel will not be interrupted, or Sentinel will not interrupt the channel. And, ladies and gentlemen, Proficient Probius, we've got a 24-24 game. 7 kill difference. If you want to see some experience breakdown, there it is before we get to 16 talents here on in just a moment. Still massive minion difference at 4K almost, 3K almost. Overpower from Diablo, Wailing Arrow from Sylvanas is going to help out Tyrael back away the Flame Strike from Kael'thas with the Ignite level 16. Root from Thrall going out. I think it missed onto Cassia. Starfall from the Tyrande to zone. And the 3 sappers are cleared away. You can hear the Gravekeeper and the Raven Lord yelling about something. That's the structure upgrade and the center teleport opening up. Centering from Thrall, split Mopsio, the Judgment from Tyrael coming through the Phoenix from Kael'thas to create a little bit of space. Damage over time will be applied, and Diablo goes down to Thrall. Thrall taken down by Kael'thas. The Black Arrow from Sylvanas active for a moment. Tyrael with the Living Bomb applied. Gaflo getting low. He'll be taken down next. That's going to be an Entomb catching Hopaka, but they use that Sword of Justice to dip backwards, dive back. Oh my god, but the Living Bomb! An auto attack from Kael'thas will be enough. Skeleton Swing from Leoric takes down the Tyrande once again. Righteous Hammer onto a few enemies. Banana is low and taken down. If only there were keep defenses to save so many of the allies. If only, but Leoric has the Wraith Walk onto Hopaka. Skeletal Swing misses. Can Hopaka get away from Leoric? Can he? Mount? No way!
Lay claim to the altars. Do not disappoint me. Not the Gravekeeper.
PP's for short. Oh my god, that was good. 3 for 5 trade currently. Yep, 3 for 5 trade. Judgment from the Tyrael. Entomb from Leoric catches a few enemies. Ball Lightning from Cassia, Fend from her as well. Ultralisk getting smashed into the wall. The Lightning Breath activated by Mopsio into Hopaka, who's slowed a little bit. Cassia has the damage to take down Tyrael. And it's looking like a 10-3 in total shot differential. Well, I guess a 7-shot difference if you really want to do the math that way. But either way, it'll be 21-14 in favor of Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. Some wobbles here and there from both sides. An absolute blast of a map number 2 in this 3-map series. And yes, I keep saying 3-map series because we are guaranteed 3 maps. We turned from the store and there was a firefight. Oh god, I hope not. Six sappers can be fed in through bottom. Tyrael up in 1 second. Banana clapping the wave already. Living Bomb for a little faster clear as well. Starfall from the Tyrande. Lunar Flare, everything being used. Phoenix from the Kael'thas to try and push back the enemies, but it won't be enough. Shadow Charge from Diablo lands into the Tyrael, but he jumps back with the Eldrune's Might Sword of Justice. Living Bomb connecting onto Sylvanas. She does not spread it to the allies, and the 6 sappers will be cleared away. Oh, got you, okay. I mean, I got the Boondock Saints reference, but I was, like, nervous that there was something happened. Oh, man, dude, Willem Dafoe in that movie is just so good. We do have, by the way, Spectral Leech with Mithril Mace with the Leoric is at 91 of 100 stacks under from Thrall, lands in the Gaflo, the Ball Lightning activated from him. Cassia trying to back away the Judgment onto the Ariel. Cassia does go down. Banana with the Tamer Strike pushing back the Tyrael, but here comes Sylvanas, sustained damage. Self-cast Crystal Aegis. I don't think she's going to live. And Ariel does go down. Mopsio now trying to zig and zag. A Righteous Hammer says nope, and souls to be consumed.
The time is now, heroes.
Leoric does finish out his Mithril Mace. He has a wave pushed up onto Keep in top lane. And with the couple kills picked up and the low bell tower in the bottom right, Nameless Kings will take control back over their bottom lane keep, and they'll be able to get 4 shots into the enemy core. Gonna try and take down Mopsio with the dieback, forced to use Hellgate to back away with the level 20. Diamond Resolve, Flamethrowers buried alive. I believe that's Titan's Revenge for the Cassia, Seraphim for your Rel, Wind Fury, Bolt of the Storm for your Thrall, 80-second cooldown. Tyrande does go into Shooting Star. You've got Bolt of the Storm Sylvanas, 70-second cooldown, and Tyrael is, well, he can judge you as he's the Angel of Justice. Reduce the cooldown by 40 seconds. Baseline is 70, so it's a 30-second cooldown. And you have more range, a lot of range. The Hellgate, by the way, for the Diablo is a 100-second cooldown. A couple unique Bolt of the Storms. I still think that Sylvanas should have some sort of Bolt of the Banshee, where you bolt in and enemy heroes hit within your radius, kind of like Sonic Shift for Kerrigan, have Black Arrow mark applied to them. I think that's honestly a fair Bolt of the Storm for Sylvanas. I think that'd actually be really cool. I think it'd fit the flavor. It'd have like a really cool application, rather than she bolt to location. Or I guess teleport. 3 HP difference. Diablo comes in with a Shadow Charge inside this Entomb. The Phoenix from Kael'thas. There's a Starfall from the Tyrande. Crystal Aegis applied to somebody. It's Banana self-cast with that Diamond Resolve level 20. 75 armor. Righteous Hammer lands into Banana. The Living Bomb applied to Ubi here as Leoric and Ariel do fall. So many red health bars are low. Yrel activates Ardent Defender and heals for like 25%. Tyrael taken down by Cassia. Cassia picked up by the Yrel. Nano will be the next one to fall, and that is everyone's favorite country.
Finland!
Yeah, like Jaina's. Exactly, Turbo. Exactly. Her Ice Blink, which I think is like one of the lowest cooldowns for a Bolt of the Storm, but her range is like itty bitty.
Do not.
It's a very tiny radius. So they get bottom left bell tower. They're gonna get 14 shots into the enemy core. Is this a 3-point game now? I mean, like, is it gonna be 3 to 14? Leoric is here. Scouts out the enemy on this, but his allies are nowhere near respawning in time. So he'll get a wave, and they will be on 3 HP. Top lane keep is being whittled down so quickly. Are they going to try and feed 3 sappers in through top? That's Sylvanas Haunting Wave. Sentinel thrown south side. I doubt they'll be able to get mid taken down, converted, and get 3 shots. So, you know what? Trying to get 3 sappers in top lane. Ooh, Tyrael in bottom? No, this will get converted, so it's not going to matter. There is a possibility of getting these 3 sappers in. It's going to be, in my opinion, it's very low, though. Gonna slow down the sappers, try and body block them a little bit. And then there's still 3 sappers in bottom. Sylvanas uses possession really quickly on a few of them. You won't be able to do it that rapidly in the upcoming patch. 1, 2, 3 sappers make it into bottom bell tower. Leoric is currently clearing top. Single objective in the bottom. Judgment Tyrael into the Diablo. Center control will be coming through. Silence into Ariel from the Wailing Arrow of Sylvanas. Gaflo Ball Lightning. It ain't going to be enough to pressure the enemy. A Entomb will activate, but our defender was there. The Orc will not be taken down. Kael'thas still applying living bombs to the enemies. But 5 seconds, and it's looking like Nameless Kings will be able to take this map as Kael'thas does go down.
The time is now.
Who in chat said that it was a 2-0 for Gaflo Girthy Gremlins? You Twitch chat cursed them. GG, well played. Nameless Kings in this 3-map series are going to go up 1-1. We're going to figure out who will be dominant overall after we get through some ads and we check out the stats. Oh no, we're 19 subs away from our goal. Well, if you'd like to help us hit that, it's much appreciated. It's much appreciated if you would consider it. Welcome in, everybody! Garden of Terror in map 3 of our second 3-map series of the day. We have 1 more 3-map series coming up, so in total we have 4 more maps ahead of us, including this one. We've got on the left-hand side Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins. They opted in for first pick priority as the losing side. The winning team of Nameless Kings were given map choice, and they will choose to take us to Garden of Terror. We have 31 heroes currently unavailable. And after we get through these bans, there will be 35 of the 90 heroes banned away. Now, what are we gonna get here? What are we gonna be seeing for Garden of Terror map number 3? Hero pools are a little bit more limited. If you would like to know the 11 baseline tournament heroes banned away, exclamation MM. Or you can look on the Liquipedia with exclamation bracket. That does have all of the information of play days, who's going up against who, team rosters, and the bans. Illidan banned? Zeratul, Illidan, Lucio bans. Interesting. The Illidan's kind of like I mean, Illidan's good on this map. He's great at grabbing camps. He's good at pushing waves. He has decent mobility. I would not be surprised if there is a priority into Greymane for either team. I don't believe Greymane has been played in this series yet. He was played, he was played in the other series on Infernal Shrines when there was that Arthas. But that's a very fast Medivh for Gaflo, which you know what? Completely spaced on the fact that Gaflo has this insane Medivh. Nice Memento, really good for this map as well for grabbing camps. What do we want to see, though, out from Nameless Kings, who did have a Map 2 victory with 10k already on Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins? Whoever went for the blind gamble, hey, kudos to you, bud. Malfurion and Garrosh. Scorch Malfurion's really good, so I'm excited to see this one. The Garrosh grab is really nice. You have a decent amount of control around the objective area. Like toss Groundbreaker into root or any sort of combo of that is really nice, or just even toss into potential root. What do they want to do with the Medivh, though? What kind of composition are they leading into? Are they just going to mostly play camps sort of situation? Are they going to be looking for more of a team fight?
I must feed.
This is a pretty decent, like the CC out of the gate is really nice. Umbral Bind, you've got Night Rush, you've got Fell Claws, level 10 you've got Containment Disc or Warden's Cage, Horrify, I assume, Carrion Swarm, possibly a Dark Conversion. The rare Dark Conversion could happen. I don't know, Malfurion, well, Garrosh does have a healing debuff at 1, so there is something to consider with that with body check, so possible skip on that one. Uther will be banned, and I was actually kind of thinking maybe we do see the Uther coming out from Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins as, where's Illidan? I don't know. Medivh wants to know. We know he's banned away, but Medivh is looking. But I do like the Uther, because like Umbral Bind into Uther Stun is really nice. The Tychus ban. So with a Tychus ban, that kind of leads me to believe that Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins are going to go into more frontline for the rest of their draft. Well, no, because they still need a healer, but they still go into a bruiser. I mean, Tychus is just nice for this map in general. I personally think Tychus is just a well-rounded hero. He's got a lot of really good value and different sort of directions you can go with his build, as this is going to be a Zool Greymane with the Garrosh Malfurion. I'm a big fan of Zool. I like it a lot. There's the Greymane that I was talking about as well. Great at grabbing camps, pushing waves. Mobility is pretty decent. Curse Bullet chunk, I assume, into the Mal'Ganis. I ultimately just want to make Lord of the Rings dwarf stuff. Well, then aren't there dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy? Isn't there dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy, or is that they're not there either? White Man gets played. I'm excited to see that. There's the Artanis or Crush. Alright. Garrosh, Zool.
This realm needs me.
Okay, I like the mage. The burst potential from her is pretty decent. Resets are nice. Delay around objective is on point. This is a great draft from both sides. I really don't know who comes out on top of this one, but let's get into the map and find out who will be victorious in map 3. Don't forget, if you'd like to use your channel points to redeem a Christmas card, we do have that going on right now. I know there was like 3 or 4 redemptions throughout today. And as always, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody.
The battle begins shortly, heroes.
Star. Right side of that was gonna be Nameless Kings. You've got Alpaca, the Garage, Scorch, Malfurion, Ultralisk, Li Ming, Ubi, Zool, and a tank Greymane. I say as I lit up another Warhammer
The
game.
gates shall open in
Alright,
10
Mopsio with the proper
seconds.
mount, as we do have Gaflo's Girthy, Gremlins, Mopsio on the Mal'Ganis, Banana, Whitemane, Nano
four,
Gul'dan, Surdath,
3,
Artanis, and
2,
a Gaflo
1.
Maiev. Isn't that Zeratul ship
Spread
that
my
he's using as a
spores.
mount? That's a really, really good combo. Talendar's skin is nice too. Talendar's skin is nice too. There we go. Phase shift. Phase Prism, onto Holpaka, into an Umbral Bind, the Night Rush to zone the enemies and deny any incoming healing onto Holpaka, but it won't be enough. A Bone Prison lands into Gaflo, who gets the Spirit of Vengeance to the side. Some risky health bars, but no one will be taken down. Oh, Crush, I literally just want to paint the miniatures. I don't think I'll ever play tabletop Warhammer or 40k. I just like painting the miniatures. I just have a good time with that. We will be playing Warhammer 40k Dawn of War before the new one comes out. I don't know if I'll beat it, but we're gonna play a good chunk of that game because I think it'd be fun. It is there? Okay, that's what I thought that was the Void Seeker. Yes, thank you. Pursuit of Flame for Gul'dan at level 1. Protector of Ire on the Artanis? Really? No amateur opponent on this map? Protector of Ire. Surdath. A Glutton for Dings? Possibly. Nice Phase Prism onto Ubi, who will get a Bone Prison. Surdath tries to close the distance for more autos with a phase, or with a Blade Dash. Nice Memento. We've got, I believe that's Time to Feed for Mal'Ganis. And Pity the Frail on your Whitemane. Li Ming with her Aetherwalker level 1, Emerald Dreams Malfurion, a Shackler's or Shade Zool, Viciousness Greymane, and Unrivaled Strength for the Garrosh. Level 4s are looking pretty standard. Actually, Reaper's Toll level 4, huh?
Heroes.
Okay,
Just
Reaper's
in
Toll,
time
Insatiable for the
the seeds of my
Greymane,
vengeance to
Pin
sprout.
Down for the Maiev. Toss Groundbreaker on the Mopsio. Root for Malfurion is there, as we were talking about in the draft. Gaflo steps in for the combo of Ultralisk, and whoa! 200 HP, a quick heal from Banana is gonna be enough, and that allows, oh my god, the Gilnean Cocktail Splash almost takes down the enemy. So many oh my god almost moments against Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins, and this Maiev will be able to hearth out. Gonna go look for Illidan at the Hall of Storms. Siege Giant in bottom lane continues to apply some rocks. That's going to be a really good toss into Gul'dan. The root from Malfurion's there, but Li Ming damage does not come through. And Greymane rolls back the last rock from this. Siege Giant takes down one tower, as Zool in the top lane should be able to manage the Siege Giants up here as well. Oh, Gul'dan just getting free stackage off the Li Ming. Maiev, I apologize, goes down to the Greymane in the rotation up to top. As now it's Surdath in a precarious position, hit with a Groundbreaker, and Zool Scythe takes them down. Start calling Zool Gearman. That's a Bloodborne reference, for those that don't know. Yet another skin Blizzard could have done. We could have got a Gearman skin for Zool. And then you just need like a chariot. You just use the chariot mount. It's close enough to like a wheelchair. Toss Groundbreaker again into Gaflo. Fan of Knives go out. Uh-oh, though. Greymane a little bit low. Artanis wants to get the last little bit of damage. 40 HP. Mopsio comes in with the Fell Claws. And the third hit is the stun, but Ubi will be fine. Tossed into the Artanis. Root from Malfurion. Phase Prism went out for the self-cleanse. Zool going Wall of Bones level 7. Okay, increase the shield amount of bone armor by 35%. Zul of Zul's maximum health, and Zul gains 20 spell armor for the duration. Pin down is 3 heroes, right? Oh, it's 4. The first quest is 3 heroes, because there was that dive onto Medivh, and I thought I saw her get the triple hit. And I do believe, yeah, she got the triple, but not the quadra. That's a swap into this Greymane. He lunges back onto the camp. The allies are rotating in behind, but I don't think Greymane will live. He's going to roll to disengage. He does live! Toss Groundbreaker onto Gul'dan. Nano so very low on the left-hand side of the screen. He's going to try and drain, but Ultralisk blinks in and says, nope. Taste my calamity. Now, Gannis does get the right side camp. This 10 Talentier's getting close. Indomitable as Garrosh wants to step up and throw Whitemane out of position. Bone Prison into Mal'Ganis. He's rooted and taken down. Face Prison pulls Greymane in, or it might have been a Dark Flight. I'm not 100% sure. Li Ming is going to try and take down Gaflo, who throws back a Fan of Knives at the tail end of that chase. But now Banana peeled apart by Nameless King. 6-1 in kills, as this is going to be a Wave of Force, Tranquility, Skeletal Mages, Curse Bullet, and Decimate for the Garrosh. By the way, it's been almost 6 minutes, and no one has gone for the objective. The objective on this map is announced at 2 minutes, spawns at 2 minute 30. We're nearly 4 minutes of just an ignored objective. And when I say ignored, I mean there's still 4 sappers chilling, or shamblers. Suppression Pulse, Carrion Swarm, Horrify Gul'dan. That's going to be your Scarlet Aegis for Whitemane and Containment Disc Medivh. Fan of Knives to check the bush. Top lane camp crashing onto fort. Shouldn't get too much. Actually, Gul'dan's going to get a little bit of siege onto the fort gate. Nah, he's going to play it safe. He's just throwing in a bit of Fell Flame corruption. As there is a rotation into the top lane, the Horrify from Gul'dan will come up. The Indomitable mitigates that. Banana is getting chunked and will be taken down by a Calamity from Li Ming, level 7. Surdeath goes down to another Arcane Orb. And Greymane Inner Beast is active. Garrosh wants to run at Nano, but I think that'll be the tail end of that chase. As Gaflo in bottom lane is going to be pushing a wave up onto the fort, inspired. True, Stark. Very true. Zul makes Swiss cheese at the top lane wave, and he's going to summon his own skeletal lads. He's going to rotate out, I think, but then he's going to stick around for just a few more autos. Weaken this fort a little bit more. Gul'dan Corruption thrown out. Greymane is floating around. Holpaka, I think, did scout out the Artanis on the left-hand side. And a little bit more damage onto the fort. Li Ming clears things out on bottom at 50% on that. Danger Ping onto Holpaka. I think that was just Mopsio being like, I'm not really gonna engage here. He's rotating down. Maybe it's for Gaflo on that Danger Ping. Uh-oh, top lane. Phase Prism misses. Zul still has a way to go. He's going to activate that Bone Armor. That's going to be Garrosh coming through with the Indomitable. Toss, Groundbreaker, Decimate. The Suppression Pulse was activated as well. Greymane, he has a Cursed Bullet. He's got the Inner Beast. He lunges in. He dives back, maybe anticipating the Horrify from Gul'dan. What a play from Tank. 13 on the right side. Spectral Scythe build does continue at this 13. We'll probably get it at 16-20, I would assume. Could see Edict at level 20. There's a possibility for that one as well, but... Root, Decimate, Skeletal Mages, Bone Prison coming out as well. Banana very low in this Whitemane will be taken down by Greymane. Artanis gonna get a Blade Dash through a few enemies. Arcane Orbs colliding. Phase Shift is there, but not enough. Wave of Force, Gaflo. Oh my god! The Calamity wasn't enough, but Li Ming should be able to get the kill into Mopsio. Greymane actually steals credit for all 3 kills, as there was a Hearth onto Medivh. Gul'dan left alone. Root from Malfurion tries to catch. Is there a Gilnean Cocktail through the gate? Wave of Force, auto attack, Gul'dan goes down. Greymane gets the quadra kill, as I guess now is a good time to start getting the objective. Shamblers pulled to the side by Garrosh. Greymane working on a camp. Malfurion finishes, and we'll get the regrowth activated onto Worgen. as Zul as a wave crashed onto Fort in top lane. Is this enough to take it down? I think he wants to stick around for that Inspire as well, yeah. I think he needs that Inspire duration to really get it, and yeah. That is the first structure to go down almost 10 minutes in. Bottom lane wave pushed up. Camp stolen as we saw earlier after the Gul'dan kill. A few auto attacks from Greymane in Worgen form. Slap onto the fort. This fort will be down by 50-ish%, and that's the pressure pulse going out. Containment Disc lands into Malfurion. Wave of Force interrupts the Blade Dash from the Artanis, but he still lands the Phase Prism at the end.
Prepare to gather it.
Yeah, that fort armor, whoo-wee! Yeah, that's real nice. Fort and keep armor, super useful. For those that don't know, I am laying on the sarcasm thick as peanut butter. Night Rush from Alganis into Garrosh. There will be Maiev taken down by Li Ming. Greymane Interbeast is still active, but I think the priority is going to be on the bottom lane fort. There isn't really anyone to... There's no minion wave, and they don't want to sit here and tank minus 20 armor shots. Li Ming does have a few magic missiles and such, and she'll be able to take it down with the help of Greymane. Zul was still pushing top lane wave up against the keep. And it's looking really good for Nameless Kings in map number 3. They had a bit of a wobble on map 1. Map 2 was a beautiful back and forth. That Towers of Doom game was probably my favorite we've seen thus far today. 49 kills on that map. Look at that, 15 in total here, but an 11 kill difference. I would call it a 2-level lead to the side of Nameless Kings, as it is 15 to 17. And 2 out of 3 tribute points, or sorry, Sapper Seeds. Side of Nameless Kings. I believe it's bottom center next. Is the next location? Indeed it is. Look at that. Siege Giants will be distracted by the minion wave, but the magic missiles find their true target, which is going to be that fort, and that'll be taken down. Zul with a scythe thrown back into the wave. A couple echoes of death from level 13. You have that Decrepify, as we mentioned. We'll see what it goes into at level 20. Well, Baka's going to discover Surdath, or vice versa. Decimate gets a couple spins. Pressure Pulse activated. Night Rush from Alganis. Indomitable does get activated. Containment Disc misses. Skeleton Mage's Horrified does come through. And there's a toss on to Mopsio. The Fellclaws with Bind as a bat, level 16. Scarlet Aegis from White Man activated. Mopsio can't get the Carrion Swarm activated in time. Ultralisk looks to dive onto Nano. Magic Missiles missing from Ultralisk. Ally Toss. Arcane Orb lands the Spell Armor from level 13. But Li Ming gets a reset. Garrosh with a Decimate. Surdath getting low. Greymane goes in for the kill onto Gaflo. And will be able to make it out alive. That is once again... And is this going to be a map 3 victory for the side of Nameless Kings? An annoying boss in Dark Souls 1, to say the least. Malganis has respawned, and they're not playing to the far side of the keep. Ultralisk, I think, is trying to bait with that Hearth, yeah. I was like, they could go back. Ultralisk, he could go back for mana, but I think realistically that was just trying to bait Mopsio into stepping up, potentially. Mid lane, Siege Giants pushing up. That is Garden Terror Seed available to the right side of Nameless Kings if they just break away, clear out the Shamblers, and get the channel. Greymane Zul maybe grabbing a camp on the right side. Half a level for 20 on the right as well. And it's Dire Straits, I believe, is the phrase for Gaflo's Girthy Gremlins in this late game map 3, as here comes the Garden Terror. Top lane wave is probably I would say, is the priority push. Unless they're going to maneuver through mid and try and take down keep. I think that's the call. They want a second keep through mid. Oh, wait a minute. Greymane, I think they're going to try and get 20 off of mid lane wave. Ultralisk stepped up for the minion wave. Okay, got it. Oh, we also do have Mortal Wound for the Zul. All right. Deadly Calm, Blunderbuss for the Greymane. Repulsion, and that is Moonlit Harmony. No, sorry, Lunar Shower. Moonlit Harmony is 16. Lunar Shower coming out from Malfurion, but this is top lane wave crashing onto core. Garden Terror about to be cleared away. Garden Terror through mid is at about 75% HP. The bottom lane Garden Terror already cleared out, as this is shielding starting to be weakened. The Artanis gets a weird swap and lands in the stun of the Garden Terror. I kind of missed what was happening there, but that is unfortunate for him. This is looking like it is a map number 3 victory in favor of Nameless Kings. 28% on that core remaining. Horrified from Gul'dan pushing back the enemy. Greymane still on core with catapults and such. And GG, well played. Map 3 heads over to Nameless Kings. Well, let's get set up for our third and final 3-map series of the day. We'll get all that stuff rolled on out. If you're having a good time here, if you're enjoying yourself, do consider subscribing. If you already subscribed and you have the availability of it, if you would like to give subs and help us hit our miniature painting stream, it would be much appreciated. Help us hit the silly little number of 420 this Sunday. Appreciate you all hanging out and lurking, chatting, all that good stuff. If you're watching on the YouTube side of things, don't forget to subscribe and all that.